Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's Rudy with Alpha Investments. So we need to talk about the Commander Legends collector boxes, and we need to talk about this new Kaldheim collector boxes. So as the days are ticking by, the sun rises, we all go to bed, we wake up, we reset. It's becoming clearer and clearer that there is a very definitive change happening regarding the collector boxes. I'm not going to call it yet, but I want everyone to be aware there is something going on, and I don't know if it's intentional. I don't know if this is accidental with printing issues, but it started with the Commander Legends collector boxes. Obviously, if you remember correctly, those were between $250 and $300 at release. Okay, typical thing. They sold. A lot of people got very angry. You know, people at stores, patrons, customers all around the country, because Commander Legends collector boxes, I believe I sold mine for the same $270, $280. And most stores did the same thing. Actually, the average local store was $299 plus tax. Now, here we are, only a couple months later, and these things are at $350 plus tax and usually shipping, and if you can find them. And the supply is the lowest I've ever seen on any collector box series. Can't get any more. I've blown up the phones of distributors every Monday through Friday, going down my list of questions, and Commander Legends collector boxes is on the list, right next to Jumpstart questions. And, you know, sure enough, as the months go by, I mean, unless Wizards does a surprise Eternal Masters where they release a hidden batch somewhere, it does feel like Commander Legends collector boxes are going to be the first to the finish line to break the $500 price per box. I have tried over and over to acquire some of these boxes from distributors. Excuse me, hiccups. And I've tried over and over to get a position for myself. I don't know what the deal is, but the product came out, and there's just no more. And no distributors have them. I've even offered a higher price, like the wholesale price plus 10, 20, 30%. They're just not out at that level, which I don't know if Wizards is an intentional thing. They're holding back and they're going to do a surprise thing 3-4 months from now. I have no idea. It blows my mind that Papa Hasbro was going to allow WotC to step back from, an extra, I don't know, what, $2, $3, $5, $10 million in revenue on a product like that on the market. I can't believe that. Blows my mind. So, yeah, we're going to start with that. Commander Legends collector boxes, based on current market conditions, they are going to be the first collector box to break $500 a box. Now, I thought it was going to be Throne, the original Throne of Eldraine collector boxes, because those just broke above $300 a collector's box, which hasn't happened since the release and the hype train at Throne's release a year and a half, 2 years ago. How long has it been? A year and a half, 2 years? So now we have this almost brand new product that's just trekking up in price by the day, by the week. And every day I check on the open market, the supply is dropping and dropping and dropping as people hunt for these Jeweled Lotus fancy versions to get them graded to try to sell a $2,000 card in a new product. That's another conversation that blows my mind, that it could be a new trend and it could change the dynamic of many things. So now Kaldheim comes out. Kaldheim collector boxes come out. Same thing. I thought the Commander Legends collector box situation was an anomaly because it wasn't a standard set. The boxes were different. They had less packs in the boxes. They were shaped different. I thought Commander Legends being a specialty product, the collector box was an anomaly on the supply because it wasn't a standard-driven set. Kaldheim comes out, not even a home run set. Beautiful cards, beautiful art. Where are the collector boxes? Now remember, 1 time is crazy. 2 times, I'm getting suspicious. 3 times is a pattern. And this is number 2. If Wizards does not surprise the market with some surprise restock wave or the reprinting, I don't know, they claim they never do reprints on collector boxes after the initial print run at the beginning. This is a huge game changer. Like, I can't even emphasize to everybody how much this means that it's going to shift the dynamics of these collector boxes moving forward. And the kicker is, I sent out a Patron message of this, 5-6 days ago, and I was like, the Kaldheim collector boxes are dirt cheap on the open market. You can get them for under $200 a box. They're just sitting there. And I'm sitting here going, wait a minute. These things are under $200 a box, and you can't get them. They're sold out. There appears to be no set. Where's the second wave? And I'm like, oh my God, the market's going to have a temper tantrum. I was like, so we got a situation here. I don't know which way the wind's going to blow, but it appears Wizards has cut back on the supply of these collector boxes for only one possible reason. Well, I guess two possible reasons. In my opinion, they're trying to strengthen the card values. That's because they were inundated and just diluting so much foil in special versions. Or the other reason number two, they simply can't get the printer space to make the product, which doesn't make sense to me, because why didn't they just print more at the beginning and print them both at the same time and just sit on the excess product like they did with Eternal Masters in products in the past? So essentially here, moving forward, if this, by the time we hit Strixhaven in a couple months, if no additional collector boxes come out, the entire market's going to know the last two waves of collector boxes for the previous two sets were a one and done, and now everyone's going to look at the collector boxes for Strixhaven completely different. It is going to be the largest game changer in collector box distribution and perception of stores and market value. I gotta let the public know that's what's going on. I have no idea how the Strixhaven thing's gonna unfold. That's a whole other conversation. With the Strixhaven lottery cards in every pack, we're gonna have other videos on that. There's pros and cons to it. It's the Wizards is throwing the dice. But the biggest point of today's video is everybody to understand this is such a big financial game changer on collector boxes. And it's either because they just can't get the printers to redo them, or they're just trying to reinflate the value to instill market confidence, or a little bit of both. I don't understand why Papa Hasbro is not letting them get all that additional revenue and capture it for corporate. Blows my mind. So, essentially, and to wrap this video up, Commander Legends is going over $500 a box for collector's boxes. They're already at $350, end of the year $500. There's just none left. Not because the value of the cards or the Jeweled Lotus, there's just none left. There's none left. The supply is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. And the market's pricing it cheap still. And over here, we got Kaldheim. You've got a product that the market doesn't even realize there's no more coming, and the price is just so low. It's hilarious. It's just hilarious right now. And one of the two things are going to win. The price of Kaldheim collector boxes are going to pop to $250, or the price of the cards in Kaldheim are going to collapse so low that nobody wants to buy the boxes. Those are the only two possible scenarios. You're going to have something collapse, it's going to absorb and have a vacuum on the sealed product and push the price down, or the supply of sealed boxes in the open market are going to continue to evaporate, and then the cheapest ones are going to keep disappearing until the market naturally does a staircase up. So it gives me anxiety on what's going to happen with Strixhaven. It makes me realize that eventually the market's going to understand this, so I might as well make a video, let everybody know at the same time. And it's also very strange behavior on Wizards' part. So you got a lot of weird forces. The only thing at this point in time I can hope for is Wizards surprises us and does some sort of, hey, surprise! And distributors just say, hey, you guys want this? We got more of this after 6 months. It's possible. Zendikar was like, how long did the Zendikar collector boxes? Weren't they like 2 months? Or was it only like 45 days? Because remember, there was no Zendikar collector boxes. And then all of a sudden, they released a huge second wave of Zendikar collector boxes. And it wasn't even long enough to be reprinted. They sat on the positions. Or the rest of the product was tied up at a different printer location or customs, and it was stuck in transit. So they released it post-release. Or a combination of both. So that's where we're at with this stuff. The bull market in collectibles continues. The bull market in the old Pokemon is just out of control. And that's all I have to say today, ladies and gentlemen. I just don't know what's going to happen with this new Magic stuff. And, you know, I guess I can, no one's watching this late in the video. It's like the Time Spiral Remastered thing. I'm starting to hear rumors about how tight this print run's going to be. And I'm hoping it's just multiple print runs because, man, these stores who pre-sold these things for like $160, $170, anything under $200 a box for this Time Spiral Remastered, they're going to be in trouble because the supply is way lower than initially thought. The value of the cards, expected value from what I've been gathering in the word on the street, is going to be beyond good. And there's going to be troubles, and there's going to be refunds, angry customers, pitchfork things. And again, it's why you never ever give stores 0% loans and give them pre-order money 2, 3, 4, 5 months in advance. People have been pre-ordering, you know, Flesh and Blood Monarch and Time Spiral months in advance. And that's stupid. Don't do that, everybody. I don't know. Have a great day. What a time to be alive.